Rundown, it is May 28th, 29th?
30th.
30th. Brought to you by High Noon Tequila Lover, who's never satisfied. If you're a tequila lover who's never satisfied with malt hard seltzer offerings, you're going to love the new High Noon Tequila Seltzer. They're pretty much everywhere. Rave reviews. People love them. Made with real tequila, real juice. Clean finish because it's made with real Blanco tequila, only 100 calories, gluten-free, no sugar added. Available in strawberry, lime, grapefruit, passion fruit. I like passion fruit, strawberry, lime, grapefruit. That's my order. Look for them on Drizly at your local convenience or liquor store, or visit highnoonspirits.com to find it near you. All right. Memorial Day over. Unofficial beginning of summer. We'll start off. I think this is a huge story, and Dan, it's a Chicago story. Why?
You're the biggest coward of all time.
I didn't have to do this rundown if you're insinuating the Celtics. I had every reason in the book not to do this rundown. A, it's Tuesday. We were doing Mondays. B, I was almost dead yesterday, so I was the one who proactively said rundown. So I just ordered the topics in what I think is the most newsworthy in the history of like sports, and you're a Chicago
That's like
guy, Dan.
five days old.
Have we talked about it?
Okay. I mean, if you didn't know this was coming, you don't know.
Yeah, no, I knew it was coming. I knew Dave would not have Celtics Heat Game 7 be the first topic. I just didn't know that he would be like, let's talk about Scottie Pippen slowly losing his mind and Michael Jordan.
Let's do a Jordan versus LeBron debate. That's what the world needs.
Honestly, you guys can joke about it. Kevin, you don't have a city that or teams that ever was like historically good or ever won anything. But I would hate to have like one of my teams and the two iconic players, the two of the best players, like Scottie Pippen. I would hate to have, I don't know, Teddy Bruschi being like, Tom Brady sucks. Like, Tom Brady's the worst guy ever. It ruins like your childhood, your history. So I think it's a big story that Scottie Pippen saying Michael Jordan's trash.
As a sports fan, you know what else sucks as a sports fan? When you come back from down 3-0 and you almost win and you blow Game 7. Let's start with that, though.
And you're cocky as all hell all the way, and then just turtle and be like, let's talk about something else.
All right, and also, let's not forget that you sat out because you had the sniffles. You and Jason Tatum.
I did not have the sniffles. I was dead. You think I didn't want to go to that game? Why wouldn't I go to that game?
2013, 2014, Dave Portnoy does not sit out that game.
100%.
Soft.
There's no
way.
There's no world. That's class of 1995 high school baseball versus Gloucester. I sat out a game. I got sick. All right.
Oh, so you've always been a coward.
No,
all right,
no.
Fine.
I couldn't get out of bed. I'm lucky that I wasn't dead. Like I was. He's frozen. Fine. We don't need him anyways. I was that sick. Like yesterday was Monday. At Sunday, we were getting ready to go to dinner. I showered. I got out. I can't go to dinner. Went into bed at 3 p.m., excuse me. I didn't get up till 4 the next day.
What time was dinner?
Early bird special, 5 p.m.
Apparently.
Quick update. Positive news. I left my bed for the first time in 30 hours. Came down, had a bowl of cereal. Still feel like trash. Got my Celtics blanket here. Getting fired up for the game. Let's go C's. Let's go C's. Let's go C's. Let's go C's.
Yeah, it was early. It was like an hour drive. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. I was sweating. I have something with my stomach where it's like I feel like I got a shit, but I can't. I got abdominal pains. It was a big problem. You think
Willis Reed? I mean, listen. Most people, like, if you're like, oh yeah, you got to travel all the way from the Hamptons to Boston. You have a helicopter. You could have gotten in the chopper. Could have had an IV bag.
I had it all booked.
Come out.
I had the tickets.
Imagine the crowd.
The hotel. You think I wasn't ready to roll? I was sick. I was sweating.
Imagine the crowd of Dave Portnoy, like Willis Reed, coming out of the tunnel. Here he is, folks. 104 degrees fever. Nope. You took off Game 7. It's fine.
I didn't take it off.
Took off Game 7.
I'm lucky I'm here.
You know what? And you organize
like,
that
why
dinner.
Why wouldn't I want to go to the game? The tickets going for $30,000 each. I go to every
great
game.
Question.
Like, why wouldn't I go to game?
And why weren't you there? I don't know.
If I could breathe, I would have gone. If I could have breathed, I could have gone. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't move. I was
The
dead.
Celtics were probably like, "Where's our guy Dave? He set up that dinner. Where is Dave Portnoy? If he's not here, then we're not going to show up
Game
either."
7, if you want, you guys are making this a sideshow about my health instead of just being like, I'm glad I'm at the age. You hear horror stories about that all the time. I could have been dead. Like, this could have been an abdomen issue, and it progresses in 24 to 48 hours. I'm gone, and no one would be laughing about it now. So
if you die in the next 24 hours, I will retract calling you a coward.
Well, I feel a little better today, but I'm still.
Well, there you go. So you're fine.
Yeah, I was going to say,
you're fine.
I have a cracker and I
fine
feel
shape.
bloated. I've lost my appetite still. So I'm just saying.
Well, you probably picked a really bad weekend to start Ozempic.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing Ozempic. Listen, I like eating. I had my reservation at my Italian restaurant booked. I had the helicopter booked. I had the tickets. I had it all. Why wouldn't I want it? It's crazy.
It's a great question, Dave.
Because
some
I
may
almost
say you
died.
were scared of the moment.
Yeah, scared of the moment. I didn't.
Dan, rank the biggest Boston no-show: Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Dave Portnoy.
Ooh. Well, Tatum got hurt. Dave,
Right, so he gets a little bit of
says
pass.
he was sick. I would say Dave
I'm still sweating
1,
right now.
Jaylen Brown 2, Tatum 3.
I would
And
agree.
let me tell you, in terms of collapses, yeah, they came back. Unless the Heat beat the Nuggets, which I don't think they are.
Oh, no.
What?
You were spending the last week being like, I told you so. We're
Dude,
winning this series. We're the best team. You can't then just move it and be like, well, if the Heat don't beat the Nuggets, nothing counts.
Also, that's the
because
stupidest
I have
who
the
cares what
benefit.
the
I have the
Heat do
benefit
now?
of watching that game as much as I could see because I was in a daze. The Celtics, they didn't deserve to win. They kind of stuck.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what the Heat do with the Nuggets.
No, because it's like, listen, the Celtics had they shouldn't have won Game 6, but they didn't shoot at all. They didn't deserve to win those 2 games. I'm not
What
lying.
do you think is a bigger problem, that Jaylen Brown doesn't know how to dribble the basketball, or that your head coach doesn't know at all what he's doing?
Well, I think Mazzulla is getting too much of the blame, to be totally honest.
I agree with that.
I don't think anybody could have won with the way they shot the ball. I mean, they shot threes all season, and then they started shooting 10%, and they're shooting 40 of them. Tatum rolled his ankle. Brown, I don't know what to say about Brown. The Celtics are in a tough situation because are you going to pay both of them or not? And it's like everyone right now, the reaction is don't sign Brown because he can't dribble. And I will say both Tatum and Brown get their pockets picked more than any 2 superstars I've ever seen. It happens all the time. But learning how to dribble seems like something somebody could pick up during their career.
You'd think he would have done that. He can't go left. I think he had
There's no left.
7 or 8 turnovers going left. It was crazy.
But that seems something you can add to your game in like a summer of nonstop work. And how are you going to get better if you get rid of them? So I think you got to sign both of them. They still don't have a true point guard, which seems like it would be the perfect thing for this team. I don't know. Huh?
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, right. And by the way, I don't hate the Heat. How can anybody hate the Heat? They play with 3 guys who didn't get drafted. It's crazy. The big story, if we're being honest, shouldn't be the Celtics. It should be that.
No, it's not. It's you.
No, it's Jimmy Butler got the MVP over Caleb Martin.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's atrocious.
Yeah, but then again, he was a big reason why they went up 3-0 to begin with. Caleb Martin was better at the end.
Caleb Martin was better the whole series.
Jimmy Butler was pretty fucking good at the beginning of the series.
Jimmy Butler, he was okay.
Honestly, though, I mean, when if you don't win the award, but the whole basketball world is like you deserved it, do you really even care that you don't have the fucking trophy?
No, and I guess he's the best player. I mean, I thought they were gonna come all the way back, but in the end, I would rather lose like that than lose like a close game.
It was over before it even started.
They're the last 2 games, they had no business win Game 6. The Heat were that bad. It's crazy because Bam and Jimmy really sucked the second half of the series. You got Caleb Martin hitting every fucking shot. Martin, the other guy, Strauss, every time they shot the ball, you're like, it's going in. Every time we shot it, you're missing it. Missing by a mile. Horford's 100 years old. Grant Williams, he plays hard. He kind of stinks. I don't know. And the only guy at any point was Derek White at one point. Kind of felt like he looked around. He's like, I think I'm going to have to take this game over, at least try.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They had like 15 points in the first quarter, something like that.
15, the lowest points they had all season.
I mean,
and that's not Joe. You can't blame that on Joe Mazzulla.
I also think,
but he also seems lost in the moment as well.
Why?
But he gets a lot of blame. But you can't also, like, if they had gotten swept and gone out disgracefully like that, I totally understand firing him. But he did, like, if you're gonna say that was an incredible comeback to get to Game 7, that he gets credit for that.
Yeah,
but their offense the entire season was shoot a ton of threes. I get people saying make adjustments. They didn't know how to. They just didn't, like, Miami was just playing zone defense, and the Celtics were just not
hitting shots,
playing an offense to beat a zone defense. But even they were missing open shots. Like, it didn't matter, and not only missing open shots, missing them by a mile. So, yeah, it sucks. It was a bad, and I don't want to say I had nothing to do with it, but maybe it was an omen. When I went down with an illness, that should have been like, oh, we got problems. And now,
do you think that maybe if you didn't publicly cry about it and no show that, like, the omen?
I knew people were going to be looking for me. What do you want me to just no show?
It is
funny. I want you to be there.
It is funny that
I was going to shit my pants in the front row.
So that's the real problem, is you were having shit issues, so you couldn't leave the house.
No, but he wasn't, because he can't shit. He said he can't shit.
Yeah, it feels like I have to.
But you don't shit.
But if you're not shitting,
but I couldn't even stand. If I stood up, there was a chance I'd hit my head on a rock. That's how dizzy I was.
You should have been there.
I couldn't even stand
What's
up.
What's that behind you?
Don't give up the ship.
Oh.
What's that have to do with this?
You should have gone down. You were the Titanic captain, and you fucking got on the lifeboat before the fucking ship went down.
I gotta
guys later.
I gotta go stand up.
I'll be in the Hamptons.
I was dizzy. I couldn't stand up. I was trying. I had my hand around Silvana trying to get to the door, like Willis Reed. I said, "Get me there." Who's the quarterback from Marshall?
Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, I was doing that to the door. I couldn't do it. I just fell down. I couldn't do it. I was that sick. It's crazy. Like, of course I wanted to be there.
Yeah, I know. And I think that it's similar to, like, Mark Wahlberg in 9/11. Like, things go different if you're there.
Listen, okay, so yes, I understand you had to shit, but you couldn't. What's the difference of you sitting at your house having to shit, but you can't, and sitting at the garden?
No, that was just a part of it. I'm saying
just get you in the building.
I was full sweat. If I
just
stood
sit
up,
there
if I stood up, I was so
Portnoy
weak. There was a
shows
chance
up
I
for
would
his
fall
guns.
down. I couldn't
So just
breathe.
sit in your chair, old man.
move.
What's the
I was
problem?
full sweat. I had
That's the thing.
abdominal
It's
pain.
not like
you guys.
It's not like you had to take a train to sit in the 300 level. You get in a helicopter, you get on the seat, you sit in your seat. You're like, oh, I feel like I have to shit, but you don't.
No,
and then you watch the game, and then they probably win.
If you had diarrhea, I'd understand. You can't come in public
but he didn't.
Yourself.
No, but I felt like I did. That's even worse.
I would have fought
telling
through.
you guys. No, because you don't know if it's real or fake. What am I going to? I'll just shit myself in the front row, possibly.
I would have fought through and shit myself.
No, you can't.
Wear the right pants. Throw on some Depends. Fight it.
I'm telling you guys, I am at the age, and you're both getting there, where something like this can turn into death very quickly.
Pneumonia, real quick.
Anything. I'm 46 years old. You hear this all the time. Abnormal pain, next day dead. So,
again, if you die in the next 24 hours, I'll take back all of it.
No, I woke up feeling a lot better. I'm still sweating and stuff.
Exactly.
Also, dude, guess what? If you were going to die, you're dying at home. You're dying at the Boston
Garden.
I
don't want to take the effort
Imagine
off.
if you died on the wood.
The guys on the floor.
Imagine if you
Not me.
died
It's
on
not
the
about
wood
me.
with your guys.
They would have said, win
died.
one for the Prez. He's dead. The guy is dead. Win one for him right now. He's dead on the wood.
Nobody in my shoes would have gone or played. I was that sick.
Oh, that's crazy. You know how many people would take? I don't care if there are literally people who are actually dying who would have gone to that game. Sit on the wood for a game 7. You're just spoiled.
Not how I was feeling. I'm not spoiled. Gloucester 95, undefeated. I had to skip a game.
I can't believe you use that as like a good thing for you. It's like,
no,
okay,
I get sick
like
everything I do in my life. I do it to the 10th degree. When I get sick like nobody's been sick before.
No one's ever been sick.
Nikki Smokes, this guy here, Dan, we were
Oh my
talking about
God.
a little bit. You know, he's going to become a you problem because I don't fucking really go to the office anymore. He's already asking about
He's going to Chicago. He's going to Chicago.
Kevin and
I
I
traded the rights to Chicago.
Kevin and I texted last night, and we were joking. I was just like, this guy, he's just going to show up, and Dave's going to forget about him. And then, like, in 2 years, Erica's going to be like, hey, is Nicky Smokes doing anything? And I'll be like, ask Dave. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, well, he's going to one. I mean,
if he's a crazy guy, he's welcome to come to Chicago.
He's crazy.
Fuck it.
He was weeping, Dan. He was crying his eyes out.
Nicky Smokes, you're invited.
Let's go. I can't hold the fucking tears back. This is the greatest day of my fucking life. I've worked my whole fucking ass off for this shit since I was fucking 18 years old. They laughed at me, they fucking shit on me. Dave, thank you. I promise you, you will never fucking regret this a day in your life. I got a business proposition for you though, because I know you're running out of shirts. Try better luck next year, baby. Let's fucking go.
But I want more crazies.
And he's got Jersey Jerry to him because I've noticed from the beginning, since I've known, I'm like, this guy's a little nuts. From the first time I saw him, when I called him an asshole because he was in that Buffalo Bills video, like pushing the Bills fans, be like, you motherfuckers, after they were 3-0. And I said, I'm like, this guy's a piece of shit. Then he went to Buffalo when Miami played and kind of made amends, met the chef. Buffalo fans like, all right, he's not that big of a douche. So I've been following him. I knew, first of all, I didn't think the Celtics were going to lose. So he's been DMing me, whatever. I'm like, I want to make a bet. And he proposed it. He's like, you give me a job, I get the tattoo. I'm like, done. I didn't think that, I really thought the Celtics was going to win. But then he buys a ticket to Boston without telling me. He's like, let's meet up at 1 for video. I'm like, I'm sick. This is where he does it, Jersey Jerry. Hey, at like 2 hours before the game, you got any ticket hookups for me? It's like, what are you, crazy?
I like him. He's in. He's in.
I was like, well, I didn't see it till this morning. I'm like, you are nuts if you thought I had like tickets for you to the game. So, yeah, he's a lunatic. He's
lunatic. I mean, he's a sports guy. He's a gambling guy. He's a Chicago guy for sure.
He said when I'm like, what do you need for salary? He's like, I basically work for free. This is like my dream job forever.
Great negotiator.
As far as I can tell, since I've been following him, he doesn't do anything else except Miami sports.
Wait, does he make content?
Yeah, he gist of Miami sports.
I saw him eat a bowl of ice. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Ice. He poured water after they lost. He's crazy. I saw him one time lie down in traffic after the Dolphins lost. Like he was going to get run over.
How old is he?
He could be any age.
Because he was like,
yeah,
I've been dreaming of this since I was like 18 or something. I think he's like 22.
40, could be 20. I don't know.
All right,
Nicky Smokes.
Welcome aboard, Nicky Smokes.
Definitely a crazy person.
I mean, the tears just got one more. I mean, the tears are crazy. The tears are so fucking nuts to not have the awareness. I mean, it's crazy. That's up there with Michigan, man. That's nuts.
It is funny to be like, I've been grinding so hard. It's like, well, you want to bet?
Yeah, like he said like, I've been working towards getting Dave to offer you a job on a bet. What is it?
Guess it all worked out. The three. I'm 0-2.
I mean, hey, listen, Trent ran with it. Trent became, part of the biggest.
Yeah, I think Michigan was a 7-point favorite in that, and this was 7. They're both bets I made that honestly I didn't in a million years. I'm like, oh, there's no way.
The Trent one was truly. Right? Oh, you said 7 points, I guess. But I mean, this favorite. At least it's game 7s are kind of.
Yeah, it's 7.5 point favorite. It's a pretty big favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I remember thinking there's no shot, but this is still you put a salary on the line for. I mean, game 7s are a coin flip.
Dave, you need to put in a like a no-show clause. Like if you get sick, God forbid, you get sick again, where you have the shits, but you actually aren't shitting. The bet's off because.
Yeah, it affected it. It did definitely
Did,
affect it.
totally
I was
affected
feeling great when I made the bet, and then I just woke up and I was just out. I had it all, whatever.
Yeah, you didn't have to shit.
The record books
But
will
you might
read,
have pooped
like,
your pants.
everything was going good until
it's just
thought he had to
unfathomable.
shit.
I love sitting on the wood. It's like my favorite thing
I
to
know.
do in the world. Why? That's how sick I had to be. And by the
Well,
way,
no, I mean-
I wasn't like regretting it about game time. I didn't have one piece of food. I was out.
Right, I said, yeah. What I just say? You said you could have pooped your pants, even though you didn't have to poop.
But you didn't.
Could have.
You know, when
you didn't.
20 years from now, they'll say, "Why weren't you there, Dave?" And you're gonna say, "Cause I couldn't shit."
No. He was gonna say,
No.
he'd say,
I feel like I had to, but I couldn't.
But
No,
I
you
didn't
guys
have
are
to.
underestimating. That was just one very strange part of my sickness.
Yeah. What was the other part?
I couldn't even stand. I was so dizzy.
Well, you can sit.
Yeah,
But
you
how do I
didn't
get
have to,
what
you
am I
didn't have
going
to
to
play
get
in the
wheelchaired
game.
in like Paul Pierce to my
Honestly,
seat? They would have to wheelchair me
Would
to
have been
my
great.
seat.
Would have been incredible.
I didn't want to make it about me. I didn't want to make it about me.
never.
Oh, you never do.
No, I
You never
didn't.
do.
Never.
Wasn't going to request a wheelchair. I didn't want to make it about.
Never.
I
Never.
would have
Why did you
waited.
get it
One
this
thing
week?
about you don't make it about you.
I
it's
didn't
always
want to
about
make it
everybody
about
else.
me.
Never. Never that.
Stanley. Well, before we do that, I'm full sweat right now.
Damn.
Roback Activewear. We can't go anywhere without seeing Roback Best Fit, Best Feel. This stuff is simply incredible. It's getting to be summer, which means it's time to get ready with Roback. Nothing beats their performance hoodies and polos. Now they're even introduced gym shorts, which we can't take off. Roback's performance hoodies are legitimately the most comfortable hoodies we own. The unbeatable stretch and buttery soft material make them perfect for a cool morning or a night out. I can't believe Nikki Smokes cried, especially with the summer heat. Roback's performance polos are the best polos out there. We don't often wear polos, but when we do, we love to wear Roback. These polos are perfect for a hot summer day. The moisture-withering fabric will prevent them from sticking to you, while the designs are amazing and the fit is perfect. Roback's new gym shorts are legit. Lined or unlined, they are breathable, incredibly lightweight, and easy to move on. Use the code RUN on Roback.com for 20% off your first purchase. That's spelled Roback, RHOBACK.com. What are you waiting for? Run over to Roback for 20% off all hoodies, joggers, polos, and more with code RUN. Go to barstool.link/RobackBSS and use code RUN for 20% off your first purchase. Stanley Cup. Blowout. Vegas moves on 6-0. I guess Jamie Benn, the captain, that's the only story because he came back. They stunk when he was in the lineup. They were good without him. I don't know if there's much more to add to that. Just blowout. So you got Vegas now and Florida. So it is all South Florida right now.
Yeah, it's every other night for there's 4 or 5 nights in a row where they go NBA Finals, Stanley Cup, NBA Finals.
We didn't ask. Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals?
I think the Nuggets are going to win. I think the Nuggets were going to win either way.
Yeah.
And then Stanley Cup.
But hey, listen, South Florida with the two Boston Game 7s in Boston, right?
Yes.
As 8 seeds.
Versus 8 seeds. That's
Listen, I don't hate the Heat. I don't know how you want to get me to hate the Heat. I don't. They got 3 undrafted guys. Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin just plays. I don't hate the Heat. So I will say, all this Jimmy Butler, he guarantees every single game. Jimmy Butler, he just guarantees every game.
He's lucky because you lose that series, and I mean that game where him and Bam were 9 for 37 or some shit.
He wasn't good last night either.
Yeah.
I got Vegas and Denver. Succession finale. I don't know if we want to do spoilers. You guys both see it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
Loved it.
Yeah, I thought that was good. That was almost as good as you can. I didn't know did you have a preference going in? Did you want a certain person to succeed?
Of the 3, and I didn't like him in the beginning. I was fine when I thought what's his face is going to win it.
Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall.
I just didn't want Greg to win it because I thought that would have been weird, and there was a lot of people rooting for that and predicting that. It's that just doesn't make sense. He's not a CEO type. So I thought it was
that'd be too silly.
Yeah, they're terrible people, and they ended up with terrible endings for all of them. Yeah. And even Tom, people are like, "Oh, he won." He just got hired to be a pain sponge of a
Yeah.
dude that sat across from him and was like, I want to fuck your wife, and I think she'd fuck me too. And
That was
that's
crazy.
his boss.
When he was like, "Does this make you uncomfortable?" Yeah,
But-
yeah, man.
He
Yeah, no,
did do that all season. I mean,
Yeah.
they had him doing that, like firing the people on the Zoom and cleaning up for the. So he was built for that. Did you guys see the thing Clem posted with like the baseball player who had the name?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They came out and said that it had nothing to do with it, but
How can that have nothing to do with it?
Wait. Explain this.
It's
Womp
a baseball
scam, yeah.
player from like the 20s. His last name is Womp. People are saying that was
Oh,
a preface because
yeah.
he ended like the World Series or something on an unassisted triple play.
he had
Yeah.
a unassisted triple play. Yeah.
So it's like the only unassisted triple play where you take out your three big rivals.
Three.
And
Yeah.
so that was crazy. But
Yeah,
overall,
they said that it had nothing to do. I don't know. I mean, the guy who made the show is a British guy, so I don't know if he's really in tune with 1920s baseball. They were like, yeah, we picked that name because it sounded so foreign to the Roy name, and like when we made the name 4 seasons ago, we didn't know how this whole thing was going to end.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I was just
cool, though.
happy that there was that moment with Rome where he was like, "We're all we're nothing. None of us are good. We're all assholes. You, me, her. Like we're all phony. None of us have what it takes. Let's, like he actually had that moment that everybody, like every viewer knew from like day one.
Yeah.
And it ended, which I feel like a lot of shows don't, leaving me wanting like more. Like I
Yes.
want to see now what happens with Tom, which is a great sign. I mean, I don't think there will, but so many shows go too far. It just ended. And it's like, oh, I could do another season now. Like,
I get worried
instantly.
about like it's so ripe for a spinoff because there's just so many characters that they all kind of like share. Like, who would you say is the star aside from
Kendall.
Logan? Like, out of the kids, it's like equal time on screen. You know what I mean? So if
I
there was
think
like
it's
a
Kendall.
spinoff with him, or I would watch a spinoff with Rome. I would watch a spinoff with the Disgusting Brothers. I would watch. So I get worried that they might be tempted to do that because it was kind of like perfect as is. That final scene when they're awkwardly holding hands but not was
Yeah.
perfect.
There was a very funny viral tweet going around. The guy shared a tweet of a text he had with his dad, and his dad was like breaking down the finale and being like, what's gonna happen with Shiv? What, like, is Kendall gonna go back and do drugs again? Like, I can't wait for the next season. Like, I can't.
Oh no!
I don't want to break it to him. Yeah.
I kept wondering like what's the guy's driver name? The
Colin?
Colin, like what's he gonna? He just follows like Kendall around doing nothing now.
I mean, Kendall's for sure offing himself. That dude's done. If
Trying
this
to make
goes
sure he
another
doesn't kill
episode,
himself.
say one more episode, Kendall is gone.
Yeah.
See you later.
Last story.
He even
here.
said it. It was a
Yeah, I'll
Frank
kill
Drake
him.
moment.
Yeah,
He was just
I'll
like,
kill
if I
myself.
don't have this, then I die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Allen dating Haley Steinfeld. This was out of left field for me. I am a huge Haley Steinfeld fan. Like I think was probably top 5 most eligible. I didn't see this at all. I actually thought she was out of his league. And I like Josh Allen. So this is a number 1 power couple for me right off the bat.
Is she like from Buffalo or around there? Like what's the connection? It seems like a weird one, right?
Yeah, I was very surprised by it. Because she's not in like the news. She's like
She's actually pretty low key for being
correct.
She had a hit single. She's been in smash movies, but she's just kind of quietly off
She's
on
a
the side.
star, but you don't hear her rubbing like. If you told me she was actually married with a no name, I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. So to date an interesting power couple.
You're such a big Haley Steinfeld fan. If
Stein.
she had a game 7 and you were sick, would you show up?
Again, I don't wish my illness on either of you, which is a sign of progress for me. But I
couldn't shit. You couldn't shit.
But that thought he had to shit.
But you thought you had to shit, but you couldn't.
Couldn't walk.
honestly, can you describe a worse
Yeah,
hell?
actually shitting.
Yeah, but
Totally shitting.
a little can come out time to time. It's just terrible.
But it didn't.
No,
But it never
can.
did. Had there been one moment that you shit your pants at all?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
No, I was out cold on the bed.
Like
I was
during this
unconscious.
illness, have you shit your pants?
I was unconscious.
Like,
be unconscious. Be like Jack. Put yourself in the fucking seat. Throw some glasses on and be unconscious.
I was unconscious. I didn't want the Celtics to worry about me. I didn't want anything. I just stayed home. I figured I'd go to the finals. That's what I thought.
You just described every day of my life. I could shit my pants at any moment.
Yeah.
I'll shit my pants right now.
Literally, I could just shit my pants.
I
who knows?
honestly wish I could inject you guys with whatever I had.
You know what? No, Dave. I mean, it's just a testament to you. We're telling you how much of a difference maker you are. And if you were there, they probably would have won. But you couldn't shit even though you thought you had to.
No, I've been at plenty games that they've lost. I don't affect the outcome. I'm not that egotistic.
I'm sure you would have said that if they won Game 7 too.
So, I mean,
I'm sure that dinner would have been talked about forever.
Yeah, Brady Belichick Portnoy.
That's the Patriots. Last one, Frank. Somebody stole. This is post show. We already did Nicky Smokes. Someone stole his sodas. What's that all about?
We have problems.
Like you haven't seen rare ones?
You haven't seen this, Kevin?
No.
Yeah, someone stole his 4-pack of sodas. He was getting ready to do reviews. He's livid.
You can try Coca-Cola. Did you check? I had a box in here that had 4 soda reviews. And they got all gone.
Frank, what happened?
Pete says it had Pete. You can't do that anymore.
Wait, Pete took your
I
sodas?
don't know who took it, but they're gone. They're all gone.
Yeah.
What kind of soda? Like
one was from Finland.
Did you see the picture?
Yes. Oh my God, Dave! Did you see this?
Which one are you talking about?
There's one I saw of him in like a restaurant.
House.
Yes, the Stu's dad and Frank. That one.
And Doug's. I didn't even know Doug. I'm gonna send it to you right now, Dave.
It honestly looks like 3. You know, it's I'm seeing.
Stu's dad, God love him. I don't think
still alive.
He's still alive, but he's not doing great. But he's
What's
the
crazy
most alive.
Stu's dad looks the most alive out of anyone in this picture.
Yeah, and Stu, I had both Dave and Elio texted me asking if Stu's father had passed after Stu released that video.
That was crazy.
Him just crying into the camera.
I've talked to everybody. I hope Stu's dad lives forever, but I've talked to every single person I know about that video.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I just sent you the picture. What a scene.
mean, the way Doug's is looking up to the sky, I was like, that's a corpse.
And Stu's dad is just chilling in the background, just a boss. It's perfect.
What a thing. Yeah, all right. That's
how was Taylor Swift?
awesome.
So you went to Taylor Swift?
I did.
But you didn't go to the...
I felt great. I wasn't sick. I had a great weekend till that. My horse won, Queen Picasso. Taylor Swift, I don't generally like stadium concerts because you're so far away, but everyone, the fans are so great. Your quarterback, Kevin, is a gigantic Taylor Swift fan.
Dude, he had the bracelets on. He
went 2 shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they asked him, like, in an interview, he was rattling off songs. Like, it's not just like
he's a gigantic fan because I forgot, like Joe Douglas, he gets, I believe, a suite to everything, like as part of the GM. So I was asking him if he's going, and he mentioned that he was a huge fan, and he was. So no, it was a great concert. I'm glad I went.
I honestly can
I actually am doing a Taylor Swift fan podcast in 30 minutes.
I feel like I don't know it because I was like a little bit too young. I know that Michael Jackson was like a phenomenon, but the way she took over like the country this last 6 months, everywhere she goes, the way people are weeping, the way the city shut down, I feel like she's the biggest like of our lifetime.
I say you have generational people like that. No more than 5 to 10. Only 5 to 10 artists can do what she's doing at that level. Stadium, they don't come around very often.
5 to 10, like in history.
No, 5 to 10.
I think right now there's I don't think there's 5 or 10 people. I don't know if there's another person
like
who can
we were talking about a little bit because I'm her arch rival to me, like Kanye. Like if Kanye goes on tour, can he do that?
There are definitely people who are going to sell out stadiums and be a big deal, but like the way that she has people sobbing and
I've never been at anything where every single song and every single lyric everyone knows. And people,
Screaming.
I was texting with Feidelberg. She's right. Like, people are like, oh, my God, she's playing 22. But they already know every single song, move. Like, people are going, it's kind of funny. So I went to MetLife night 1, which we won. That's what it's like. Mother favors New York. That's what everyone says. Like, mother plays favorites. But, like, so they play 2 songs that they don't play everywhere else. And people just go crazy, and people online are complaining they don't get certain songs, and the wardrobe changes, like she wore that. Yeah, they're obsessed with her every move. And she is a star. She's like commands the whole thing. I mean, it really was a pretty spectacular show.
Mm-hmm.
So
Happy you enjoyed it.
yeah,
Sounded
it was
awesome.
fun. It was fun. It was great.
It's also like 4 hours long. And I mean, you were there
3.5 hours.
Yeah, 3.5 hours the whole
People
time.
going crazy for the openers. That's why I knew it would be loud.
Were you standing up the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Go
might have
bathroom?
zapped some of your strength.
I was traveling all over the place. I don't know what happened. I could have gotten food poisoning. Who knows? All right, bye.
All right, well, Dave, I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
I hope you shit.
I don't
right?
believe
I hope
you.
you shit.
No, I
don't
hope you.
believe you.
I hope you don't die.
Well,
in
you
the
know,
next
honestly,
24 hours. Set up your
I
trap.
hope something. No, I won't say it.
You
Bye.
were gonna wish ill on me.
Yeah, I was.
I hope you poop, Dave.